How you doing, gang? Anger? What anger? Shadow has been the most eventful 30 minutes of my life. Also, I got Froyo. Hey, Sarah, it's good to see you. How are you? This is my dinner. Chilling with your own cult? Well, that's good to hear. How's your cult doing? I am winding down from probably the weirdest and most eventful 30 minutes of my life. Hence the stream title. The most eventful 30 minutes of my life. It's a story. It's a short story, but it's a story. And I wish Salad were here because I want him to hear it. Yeah, it's just... My voice sounds a little bit different than usual. In what way? Actually, you know what? I am gonna go get another White Claw. I'll be right back. Yep. Nope. Tastes like Pepto to me. Oh, guys. Okay. So I end stream, and Lauren turns and goes, "Hey, do you want to get Froyo?" And I was like, you know what? I got 30 minutes. Yeah, let's go get Froyo. I haven't had dinner. That'll just be my dinner. It's fine. You know, I'm in the mood for some dessert, something tasty. So I was like, yeah, let's go get Froyo. So we go get Froyo. We drive out there. We're just chatting. Pull into the shopping center, and we're trying to find a place to park. And so I start to turn down this one aisle, and there was a Jeep that pulled in front of me. To turn down that aisle as well. It's like, all right, we'll pull down here. We'll go up and down and see if we can find a place to park. Guy makes it like four parked cars deep and stops. And so I'm pulled up behind him, you know, still room between our two cars, pulled up behind him. Like, all right, he's waiting for someone to pull out so he can park. That's fine. So I'm waiting. Like maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes max pass, right? And we're just sitting there. I haven't honked. I haven't done anything. I'm just sitting there. I'm just talking to Lauren. We're just waiting for this guy to get out of the one-lane thoroughfare so that way we can get to a parking spot. I see in the distance a truck back out and then go, like leave. So there's an empty spot at the far end of the lot, right? far end of, like, and it's not even the far end. It's like 20 extra steps from where this guy ends up parking. So we're sitting there, and he's blocking a car in that's trying to get out. This car, you know, throws it in reverse. Their reverse lights are on. It's just sitting there waiting. And all of a sudden, the Jeep in front of me throws his car into reverse. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he starts to back up a little bit. So I just go, like, you know, hey, don't back up. Like, you don't have room. You can't back up. Like, don't back up. And so he stops. And I'm like, okay. And then he starts backing up a little bit more. So I, you know, honk a few more times. I was like, hey, you know, you can't back up. Don't back up. And I see him, like, throw his hand up in the wind, like, through the back windscreen. So I roll down my window and I stick my hand up, like, you gotta go forward. Like, you don't have room. Go forward. I'm literally butted up against the thoroughfare with cars going back and forth. Like, I cannot back up. Dude keeps backing up. So he keeps backing up slowly to the point where he hits my car. He backs up into my car. And immediately I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. So I throw my car into park. And I get out, and I immediately just go to look at my car. Like, I get out, walk around to the front, and I look at the front of my car. I'm trying to see, is he, like, smashed up against it? Did he dent anything? Is there anything broken? Anything falling off? And this dude, he looked like he was a big, like, thickly built Mexican man. I think he was Mexican. He looked Hispanic. With, you know, a snapback cap on and, like, a huge fluffy jacket. And he gets out, and he starts yelling at me. He's like, you needed to back up. I was like, I can't back up. You needed to go forward. There's no room for me to go. He's like, you don't be such a dick about it. Just back up. I was like, I'm not being a dick. You're being the dick. I can't back up. I can't go anywhere. He's like, you just need to go back. I was like, you just hit my car. You literally reversed into my car. I have no room. I can't back up. He's like, well, you should have backed up. I can't back up. And he's yelling at me, and his girlfriend or his wife, I don't know, is in the front seat of the car yelling at him to get back in. I was like, I can't do anything. I can't back up. You should have gone forward. There's a parking spot right there. You could have literally gone right there 20 steps and you would have been fine. And he's like, you couldn't just let me have this spot? And I'm like, what do you want me to do? If the spot's not available for you to get to because you're parked in the way, it's not your spot. Either way, I wouldn't have taken the spot. I was gonna go to the far end of the parking lot because I don't care. But dude was just yelling at me, and finally he turns around and he gets back in and he pulls away, and so I'm looking at the front of my car. I'm like, I don't see any damage, so I'm gonna get out of the way. So I drive to the end of the lot, pull into the spot that was open, and park. And then I get out, or I start to get out, and Lauren's like, let's just wait a minute. I was like, no, I don't care if we walk by them and if they see me. Like, to hell with them. It's their fault. If they want to start more trouble, I will call the police. I have no qualms with that. They hit me and we have witnesses. So I get out and I start looking at my car, and I tell Laura to get out, and she's just sitting there. She's sitting in the car because she doesn't want any confrontation. And so I'm still looking at my car, and I start to walk back to the passenger, or the driving seat, and I see down the lot, this guy and his girlfriend are starting to walk over to me. So I go back and I look at my car a little bit harder just to make sure that there's nothing wrong with it. And the guy walks up and he's like, is there anything? He didn't even apologize. There was no, I'm sorry. There was no, I was in the wrong. Dude just walks up. Look, if we need to trade insurance, we've got insurance. I can give you my insurance. I'm like, look, I don't see any damage to the car. Or I don't see, it doesn't look like you did any damage to the car, is specifically what I said. Because I wanted to make sure this guy knew that he was in the wrong, and I was very pointed about my words. But it's like, I don't see that you did any damage to the car. And the girlfriend was like, we have insurance. I swear we do. If you want to trade insurance, we can. I was like, we might as well in case there's something wrong. And then Lauren was like, no, it's fine. There's no damage. You're fine. I'm like, we should probably do it. And they're like, I was like, fine, whatever. We won't trade insurance. So I parked, went in and got our froyo, and then left. God. It's not even like city problems. I was literally in a strip mall parking lot. Anyway, So that was the most eventful 30 minutes of my life, because we go out. You've never had this happen to you, thank you very much. Well, you're probably not surrounded by crazy people. And I am 100% surrounded by crazy people here in Washington. Oh, you picked up Metal Hellsinger? Yeah, it came out yesterday. I've picked it up, or I haven't picked it up yet. I'm sorry. I've been looking at it. It was available to pick up on Dare Drop, but my CCV isn't enough, apparently. So, you know, guys, feel free to click on that Dare Drop link, and y'all might be able to help me get Metal Hellsinger for free. And if I get it for free, then I'm going to buy a copy and give it away as part of the a reward for the fundraiser that we're gonna do week after next. Y'all did a lot today. Or yesterday. Yeah, we got a good bit done yesterday. We spruced it up. Anyway, so that was my very eventful 30 minutes to go get Froyo. Oh, Salad's an old fart now. We gotta sacrifice him. See, look, Salad's old. If I want to take out my anger. See, it's not even that I'm angry. I'm just so frustrated because this is everything that I've had to deal with. Who is the bison? I think that's Berg. Too bad I didn't take the murder doctrine. It doesn't have a cooldown because I turned off the cooldown, so that way you guys could redeem it whenever you wanted. Where are you? Berg killed you, Nightingale. That's where you are. Berg voted to have a random person killed, and I think it was a random person killed, and you died. Ooh, a bag full of purple mushrooms. You're yelling at him in this lobby now? Perfect. I don't even know if I can ascend Salad. Oh my god. I just... every time I drive in the state of Washington, it is a story. Every single time. Talking about Aphrodite? Ascension is still on cooldown, so I'm going to have to do... Oh, Sacrifice of the Flesh is still on cooldown, too. I've gotta hope that, gotta hope that everyone's good for a while. Hey, Salad. You're salty as hell now because you got killed? I don't think he selected you, but he was the reason why you died. Tell you what, we'll bring Nightingale back. Hey, Salad, you just missed story time. How are you doing, buddy? Hit. Ah, look at you, Nightingale. You got your own fancy little house now. Can I make another one? No, I'm missing. Hey, Shadow, I'm gonna have you refine materials, and Umeku-chan, you can also refine materials. Thank you. Oh, Lord. I literally just went on a rant about this story, but here's the long story short. Most eventful 30 minutes of my life. We went to go get Froyo. We drive there, we pull into the... You are actually an old man. I've gotta kill you, unfortunately. You never got your wizard hat redeem? I didn't even see the wizard hat redeem. I've got 2 wizard hat redeems. All right, I'll just wear it for a while. You want Salad's job when he passes? I mean, we're just gonna resurrect Salad. Oh yeah. So we're in the parking lot, right? And we're trying to park. We pull into the shopping center. And we make a left into a one-way road to find a parking spot, right? So it's a one-way road to find a parking spot. And there was a Jeep that pulled in front of us, and he pulled like four parked cars deep and stops. And I'm like, okay, he's waiting for someone to pull out. Fine, whatever. Like, I'm not in any real hurry. Like, I'll just sit here and wait. So I stop, and I'm like barely turned into this lane. Like, if I were any further out, I would have been blocking traffic. And we're just sitting there, Lauren and I are chatting, waiting for this guy to turn in. And then at some point, I noticed that he's blocked in someone else. And I was like, well, that sucks for that person because I can't go back out. This guy needs to go forward. And then I can go forward and then this guy can back out. Like, that's the only way this is going to work because I can't go backward. The Jeep in front of me throws his car into reverse. His reverse lights turn on, and he starts backing up. And so I just do a quick little beep, like, you know, hey, there's someone behind you. You cannot back up. And he stops. And I'm like, okay, good. And then he starts backing up some more. So I go beep, beep, like, you know, hey, I'm right here. So I roll down my window. I'm like, you got to go forward. I stick my hand out. I just wave it forward. I was like, you got to go forward. I cannot back up. Dude continues to back up a third time and hits my car. What was this? Was this Sean Connery? No. Another bishop struck down. Hecate ruled an aeon feared by none. Her dominion being a famine, her peons, now freed, are ravenous in their appetites. Tread warily lest thou be predated upon. Yeah, so, dude straight up backs up into my car. So I park it. A godly sword, ooh. I park it and get out to look at the front of my car to make sure he didn't damage it. Like, no scratch paint, no, like, dents, no crooked bumper, nothing like that. So I get out, and he gets out at the same time. I don't even look at him. I just look at my car. I'm only worried about my car. Because I don't care what this idiot has to say. I just want to look at my car. So he walks out, and he's like, why don't you back up? Don't be a dick, just back up. I'm like, I can't back up. There's literally no room for me to back up. I'm not being a dick, you are. You need to go forward. There's literally a spot right there. Because while we were sitting there, I saw a truck pull out and there was a spot at the end. It was like, just go park there. It's 20 steps more. He's like, no, you just need to back up. You don't need to be such a dick. I was like, you hit my car. You threw your car into reverse and hit my car. You did this. I can't back up. It's a thoroughfare. And his girlfriend's yelling at him to get back in the car. And so he turns around and starts to walk back in the car. I was like, you could have just gone and parked there, but you hit my car. I can't go back. It's a thoroughfare. There's cars there. going. I can't back up. And so he was yelling at me, and I'm just like, I can't. I literally could not do nothing. You hit my car. So, and then eventually we parked, and I went and, you know, I got out and I looked at my car just to make sure there was no damage. And Lauren's like, we should just sit here and wait a minute. I was like, no, I don't care. Let the dickhead see me. We'll walk by him. Whatever. And she was like, no, I don't want there to be confrontation. I'm like, I don't give a crap. If he wants to start anything, like, I'll just call the police. It doesn't matter to me. Because he was in the wrong, and he did a dumb. Right? And so as I'm standing there looking at my car, I stand up and just happen to glance over at them, and I see him and his girlfriend walking over to me. And they were like, look, we've got insurance. If there's any damage or anything, like, we've got insurance, we'll trade information. I was like, look, I don't see any damage, but I don't know what kind of damage there could be. Because, like, there could be underlying physical damage, even though we don't see it, even if there's no cosmetic damage. And Lauren was like, there's no damage, it's fine, you're fine. And they were like, we can trade information. I was like, yeah, might as well trade information. And we didn't end up trading information. I know, right? People in big cars think they own the road. They're the worst. This is why I'm so glad to be working from home now, because now I don't have to deal with people driving or idiots on the road. So excited. Oh god, do you have a story? Please tell me your story. Overall weapon damage increased by 1.2? Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. You can't tell it over text. Guys, do I need to get Salad in for a story time? Story time with Salad. Peeps have heard you enough on Dying Light. Nonsense, Poopy Pants. We can't hear enough of the Salid. Alright, what do I want to do? Let's just get the lumber. Second tiny hat, you're right. Let's get a second tiny hat up in here. Salad! I mean, if the people want it, which it sounds like they do, they're literally calling your name. You have fallen? Salad, I'm down. Salad, hell.
This fucking guy calling me
Salad. I need a salad.
Alright, I'm gonna tell my story, but I'll tell it quick, because but do I have a story? I actually forgot this happened until we started talking about car stuff. And,
oh my god.
So while I was in Latvia,
okay,
which, you know, it's always gonna be a good start.
Yep.
We had me and the guys from work, like, I think we were like 10 guys. We had a van that we could use to, like, travel around Latvia while we were there for work. Mm-hmm. But we got off work and we're like, you know what, we're gonna go and we're gonna go to you know, go into town, get a burger, you know, grab a beer, have a good time.
Yeah.
So we all hop into this, like, huge panel, like 10 dudes into this, like, panel, like, van. We call it a panel, but it's a big van with, like, 9 seats in it or something.
Hey, Primus. Yeah.
Hey, Primus. But anyways, we start driving, and if you don't know, like, driving like it's not quite like in Latvia the drivers. It's different. Eastern Europe and Europe drivers are very different than North American drivers.
Okay.
But this was the first time we were driving in Europe.
Same side of the road as usual, or opposite?
Yes, it's exactly the same. But there's one thing that Europe has a lot of that we don't have as much in NA, which is roundabouts.
Oh, okay.
And what happened was the guy driving, he was, he had kind of like messed up a few times, but we were trying to turn right on a roundabout, but he was stuck in the left lane and there were like too many cars to his right. And if you don't know, you can't you're not supposed to stay spinning in the center of the roundabout.
Oh, yep.
So at some point he had to cut someone. He had to cut someone off because no one would give him room, even though he had his blinker on for a while.
Right.
So he cuts someone off, and feels bad. The guy honks and he puts like his hand out like, sorry, type of thing, which is very Canadian.
Yeah.
But I didn't even, we didn't even pay attention. Like a minute later, we're driving, we're getting off the roundabout part. We're driving on the road, like getting onto the highway. A white like Mercedes van, but like a cheap like old Mercedes because it's Europe. Mm-hmm. That passes in front of us. It's a single lane, by the way. So he like steps onto the curb and passes us.
Oh.
We're going like 70 kilometers an hour, or like about 45 miles an hour. He passes us going like 60.
Dang.
And he gets in front of us, brake checks us twice, and like blocks us in the center of the fucking road.
Okay.
We're like, what the fuck? And he like parks his car, opens his door, hops out, and he just starts yelling, and we could tell he's yelling in Russian. And we could tell, and the driver was like going like, sorry, he's yelling in Russian. He's like, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. And I'm not gonna lie to you, at that moment, we talked about it afterwards, but we actually thought the guy that confronted us had a gun.
Oh.
Because he was a really sketchy looking guy.
Okay.
And he was like kind of walking around a certain way, but I remember he was just yelling, and like we at that point, like he kind of like he was just staring at the driver, and then his eyes went up, like we could tell. And he looked into the van and just saw 10 dudes like staring at him, and like a lot of us staring him down. Like, listen, buddy, if you want to do something, we will get out of this van and we will fuck you up. And he basically like lost his cool for a second and just stared the driver down, hopped back in his van and drove off. But it was like, honestly, we talked about it like, hey, dude, if that motherfucker tried something, we would have messed him up. And that was like, I don't know, dude. That guy looked like he had a gun, like in his waistband or something.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty sketchy.
Probably. Oh my god.
Yeah, but like driving in Eastern Europe, man, it is not the same.
God, I kind of wish you guys had been like in uniform or something, and you could just be like, really?
Problem. But no, none of that happened. Like, no, nothing else happened. It was just like it was honestly a pretty fucking scary moment. Like when he brake checked us, we were like, I thought we were about to like two other vans were gonna pull up and we were gonna get like taken somewhere,
Right.
type of thing.
Like, oh shoot, you just cut off the wrong person.
Yeah, and and also because we were over there, and what I do for work and stuff.
Sure,
so
yeah.
we were pretty on nerve about that, but and nothing else happened while we were there.
Well, that's good.
Just that moment, this like old 50-year-old Russian guy, like stereotypical bad guy, Russian bad guy from
any
from,
movie.
like, movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just comes out, just fucking yells at the driver.
Jeez.
It is a pretty funny. It was just a funny story.
Oh my god.
That come back to me.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. That's that has been life lately.
Yep. But that Jeep driver, he's an asshole.
Right?
Yeah.
And like
big time.
Oh. Dude stepped out thinking he was gonna be all tough, and I'm just looking at him like,
You hit my car.
Yeah, I was like, he seemed like he was gonna try and intimidate me because he was like yelling at me and calling me names. I was like, you hit my car. Like, what is your issue? Like, you just go forward. And he was like, it's just, I found it so funny because like obviously he thought he was gonna intimidate me, and I'm just looking at him like, You're not intimidating me. I don't find you intimidating.
That's when you gotta hire yourself a trunk salad. So when that kind of stuff happens, you pop the trunk and then I hop out of the truck and just stare him down.
Oh, that would have been hilarious.
I'm your champion that you can summon to fight for you.
Salad, I choose you.
Salad, and then I show up.
Oh my god.
Anyways, but that's my Latvia like crazy driver story.
Incredible. Thank you for sharing that.
No worries. I'll let you guys enjoy Cult Lab. Okay, bye.
Yeah, keep chatting with us. We love having you.
No promises are made.
Okay. And he's gone. He straight up left the call. Just disappeared. He freaking disappeared. Berg has always streamed on YouTube, yes.